Hi, this time I'm going to focus on a general condition. People who have depression, they don't get the help that they need because depression is not something that appears out of nowhere. There is a cause. Depression triggers your brain due to external factors or psychological events that trigger that outcome. So again, depression is not something that is coming from out of nowhere. It usually appears several days after the event or weeks after the event. Depression is like an illness but minus the pain. So your brain feels something, but your brain is confused because your limbic system, they transmit through your nervous system chemicals or sensations of pain, but you're not actually feeling pain. So how I describe depression as neurological pain. When you get sick of the flu or you get a cold, and if you have depression in the past, try to correlate the sensations and you will realize that it feels the same way. So your limbic system is in charge of several membranes or parts in the brain, which is the amygdala and the hypothalamus. Those sections of the brain, they transmit how you feel, your emotions, your moods. That's why depression is a mood disorder, because it affects your brain and other areas. But importantly, depression is detrimental in how your hypothalamus transmits emotions and feelings during this mental stage. There are several levels of depression: mild and severe. Mild is usually due to bullying, and severe is a cause of a major stressor, probably sexual abuse. So the way the brain functions is this way. The brain absorbs what you experience, right? Your brain absorbs stressors. It goes into your limbic system, into your nervous system, into your moods, and then it recycles all that you have experienced. You feel grief, you feel some type of pain. So with physical pain, you get you break your finger, right? And then that sensation goes into your limbic system, and then it recycles in your brain, and then it transmits that pain that you just felt. So other there are levels of depression which can be mild and severe, as I mentioned, and this affects how dangerous your depression can be in the future. But also there are subtypes of depression which are a cause of several stressors, which is postpartum, melancholic disorder, which is related to grief, but it's related to depression and grief and all that. I didn't go too long into that about the causes of depression, which can be psychological abuse, mental abuse. So how can you regenerate your entire limbic system? You need a lot of sleep. The only way you can recover from depression is sleep. You have to sleep a lot. There's an erroneous belief that if you have depression and you sleep, you will get more depressed. That's wrong. You have to balance sleep. You have to try to go out, try to meet people, go out with your family. Avoid listening to sad songs. Avoid watching sad movies. I know that sleep can cause nightmares that revive your trauma, right? But try to force yourself to sleep, because sleep regenerates cells and regenerates your mood. So when you wake up the next day, you have a fresh mind, a fresh amygdala, fresh hypothalamus. In general, you have a fresh limbic system and memory, which is affected by depression. Focus is actually also affected by depression, because memory and focus are linked to the limbic system. Regenerate your mind. So next day you have a fresh idea of the causes that triggered your depression. This is something that only you can do. You have to introspect, rest, sleep, and drink water. I just want to add a narcissist, a sociopath. When that person gets depression, you might assume that by having depression, they will stop doing maladaptive things to others, but that's not the case, because mood disorders are not related to behavior. They are only related to emotions, memory, focus. They are only related to your limbic system. Even during this time, someone who is depressed never stops being themselves. They are just depressed. That means that a narcissist can get a second diagnosis, narcissistic personality disorder with bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is another mood disorder, so a narcissist can get a double diagnosis. Personality disorders are pathological.